This is Madison Square Garden, where for generations basketball greats have come to shine. And a new class is heading off to the NBA. Emeka Okafor and Ben Gordon have won national titles. They starred in the Garden before. Devin Harris is ready for his shot on Broadway as well. A freshman from ACC country joining some high school stars who are ready to make the big jump to the NBA. Some of the big names you'll get to know and find out where they will call home. It's time for the NBA Draft 2004. You know, all the anecdotes about Emeka Okafor, the one I love is George Blaney, very respected head coach for a long time in college basketball, assistant for Jim Calhoun, watching the unofficial workouts with the players. He left a Post-it note for Jim Calhoun, the head coach in Connecticut. First time he saw Okafor, it had 3 words on it. Oh my God. And Emeka Okafor has delivered for UConn and now will deliver in the NBA. Should he deliver for Orlando at number 1, Steve?
I don't think there's any question about it. Unless you can show me that this kid has back problems, there's no excuse whatsoever why Emeka Okafor shouldn't be the number 1 pick in the NBA draft. You look at the Orlando Magic, they gave up 101.1 points per game. They gave up 46% shooting from the field to the opposition. You look at Emeka Okafor, this man plays some defense. He comes to play. He's a national champion. He's got all the requisite credentials imaginable. The stuff that Dwight Howard, as great as he may be, hopes to have, Emeka Okafor has already accomplished. And if you're the Orlando Magic, you don't need to be playing guessing games. You need a surefire pick. And there's no question Emeka is it. Saying Orlando needs a sure thing. You cannot play a guessing game in this situation. And what I mean by a guessing game, I'm not talking about whether or not Dwight Howard can play. We know he can play. We know he's got star written all over him. You don't want to knock him in any way. A fantastic kid. But Emeka Okafor is proven. And if you're the Orlando Magic, you do not have the luxury of the Charlotte franchise being an expansion franchise where a community is patiently waiting for you. Orlando wants something productive now. Oh, Emeka Okafor is the man. He's the answer.
In the 2004 NBA Draft, the Orlando Magic select Dwight Howard from Southwest Christian Academy.
You have to remember some of the reaction in the house will be from Connecticut fans who are from just a couple of hours away. And as you would expect, first-class Emeka Okafor with a handshake there for Dwight Howard, who becomes the 3rd high school player taken number 1 overall in the last 4 years of the NBA draft. Kwame Brown with Washington. And, of course, last year, LeBron James, Cleveland. And now 18-year-old out of Southwest Atlanta Christian High School, Dwight Howard, taken by the Orlando Magic. His proud father, a state trooper down there, is standing by with Mark Jones.
State trooper that took a little time off of his job to spend more time with his son. When did you find out? Was it just now along with everyone else?
Just now. Praise the Lord. Thank you.
You have a support system set up for your son that we talked about a few moments ago. Did you spearhead that movement?
Yes, I will be. I have my nephew will be on a 24/7 basis with him, but I'll be managing my nephew and both Dwight.
You have seen him virtually the same school, in the same environment since the time he was 2 years old. Now he ventures out into the NBA with all of its distractions and other variables out there. How do you expect your son to handle that?
I think that he'll do tremendously well. He relies greatly on his support group. We know that it's going to be a learning process for us, everything that we will need to go through, but we're going to support him all the way to the end.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Mike, so far, now that Dwight has sat down, I have counted 3 different times that Dwight has gone, whoo! You have dreamed about being the top overall pick in the draft. How does the dream compare to the reality?
It's really hard to explain, you know. I thank God just for allowing me to sit right here, be the first person selected, you know. Just feels so good.
You are either going number 1 to Orlando or number 2 to Charlotte. How do you think other people's expectations will change just because you are the top pick?
Well, you know, now it's going to be based on my work ethic, you know. A lot of people will question that. And, you know, I just want to go out there and prove all the doubters wrong. Just keep working hard and just keeping God first, and everything will fall in line.
People have said that sometimes you get a little too mellow on the court. What do you do to change that?
Well, I just need to go out there and play hard every night. That's what I do. You know, what everybody says is they don't know what's really going on in my heart. You know, I don't like to open my mouth a lot, but, you know, I'm strong.
You're also the number 1 overall pick. His nickname is Choir Boy. He loves gospel music, no rap, No cursing. Number 1 pick. Congratulations, Dwight Howard.
With the second pick in the 2004 NBA draft, the NBA's 30th and newest team, the Charlotte Bobcats, select Emeka Okafor from the University of Connecticut. With the third pick in the 2004 NBA draft, the Chicago Bulls select Ben Gordon from the University of Connecticut.
So back-to-back members of the national championship Connecticut team are taken.
With the fourth pick in the 2004 NBA draft, the Los Angeles Clippers select Sean Livingston from Peoria Central High School.
So we've had 2 Connecticut players and 2 high school players taken in the first 4 picks of this draft. Sean Livingston, 6'7", was going to go to Duke if he didn't make the jump to the NBA. Here's a kid who played with the high school kids when he was in 4th grade. Next year he'll be a couple of months removed from high school, playing with the guys in the NBA.
Not ready to play right now. Livingston is 6'7", an absolute magician with the basketball, a creative handler and passer. And boy, Mike, is he long. He's got a 6'11" wingspan. I think he's going to be an outstanding player. Needs to improve his shot, though. Not a good shooter. He's got Magic Johnson type skills. Is he as good as Magic Johnson? No.
Right,
but he's got that kind of game.
He'll be playing for Mike Dunleavy, the Clippers coach, and he's standing by right now with Stuart Scott.
Mike, obviously, Sean got the message about the pinstripe suit, man. I left it for you. I didn't know if you were going to get it, but you got it? Yeah. All right, cool. You once led an 8th grade team to a city championship when you were in 4th grade, so you've been among older players before. What kind of expectations do you have of yourself this year?
I look to make a contribution sooner than later. You know what I mean? I'm looking to take a positive momentum, winning attitude, high skill level, and just, a tough work ethic into the Los Angeles Clippers. Now you're 6'7", you're about $1 maybe 190, maybe with all the clothes on. Jay just said you got to get stronger. How do you get stronger quickly? Preparation, training, nutrition, all of it. It's going to take dedication. It's going to take work ethic, but, you can't be lazy and expect to have results. Jay mentioned that 185. You can get that up now, right? Oh, yeah, I'm working on that, yeah. That's past tense now. He only weighs 180, man. Come on, Jay, give him a break right there. Sean Livingston, congratulations, man. All right, Mike.
With the 5th pick in the 2004 NBA draft, the Washington Wizards select Devin Harris from the University of Wisconsin. With the 6th pick in the 2004 NBA draft, the Atlanta Hawks select Josh Childress from Stanford University. With the 7th pick in the 2004 NBA draft, the Phoenix Suns select Luol Deng from Duke University.
Selected here by the Suns, technically property of the Chicago Bulls once the trade paperwork goes through.
All you have the Suns hat on, it'll probably turn into a Chicago Bulls hat. When you were 7 years old, all you wanted to do was play soccer. What changed your mind?
I mean, just the opportunity, the love of the game just grew in me. And, I started to grow, so basketball was what I wanted to do. It's just the love of the game.
After a bad offensive game at Duke, which you didn't have many, you would stay in the gym till midnight shooting extra baskets. What are you going to do in the NBA after a bad game?
I mean, everything is going to be the same. You got to keep working hard is what got me here, and that's what I got to keep doing.
I'm still a little mad at you for what you did in North Carolina last year a couple of times. I'll get over it, but I'm a little mad. Mike, this guy played every position but point guard at Duke. Very versatile, Mike.
With the 8th pick in the 2004 NBA draft, the Toronto Raptors select Rafael Araujo. With the 9th pick in the 2004 NBA draft, the Philadelphia 76ers select Andre Iguodala from the University of Arizona.
Just a freak of an athlete, Mike. He can really run the floor. He's got a 6'11" wingspan. In high school, he high jumped over 6'10". He reminds you a little bit of Scottie Pippen with his skill set, except he's not as good of a shooter. He's going to have to improve that jump shot.
Andre, you're the first Wildcat to ever lead the team in rebounds, assists, and steals, but you're not known as a scorer. How was a non-scorer end up being the 9th pick in the NBA draft?
Well, I think, my style of play, was to get everyone involved, and we had a lot of scorers in Arizona. But been shooting the ball very well as of lately, and I'm looking forward to coming in and being a player that assists Allen Iverson, in every part of the game. He's known as a scorer, so maybe I can compliment him in a good way.
Tim Grover, Michael Jordan's trainer, also trains this guy. Tim calls you a freak. What does he mean by that?
I guess just being able to do everything at a different level than everyone else. I can play above the rim. I can play the one. I can shoot the ball well. I can get everyone involved. So I just do everything well.
Rocking that pinstripe too. Mike, the Philadelphia 76er backcourt now, the answer and the freak.
Well, he's got it figured out already. First thing he said, I want to help Allen Iverson do whatever he needs to get done.
With the 10th pick in the 2004 NBA draft, the Cleveland Cavaliers select Luke Jackson from the University of Oregon. With the 11th pick in the 2004 NBA draft, the Golden State Warriors select Andris Biedrins from Latvia.
Biedrins from Latvia, the Eastern European country bordering the Baltic. The former Soviet Republic becomes the first Latvian to be selected in the NBA draft.
With the 13th pick in the 2004 NBA draft, the Portland Trailblazers select Sebastian Telfair from Lincoln High School.
Well, this would be the one New York moment of this draft, with the Knicks not having a first-round pick. The Nets are picking later in the first round, but many said that trade will be a trade with Portland. Sebastian Telfair out of Brooklyn, a very highly touted high school player. Here is Telfair, who's not in the building tonight, talking about why he thinks he can play at this level.
People ask me why I made my decision. It was for no other reason but the opportunity to play in the pros, the NBA, where I dreamed to play in my whole life. They said LeBron can't shoot. I saw him shoot a whole lot of threes this year. I saw him take step-back jump shots. When somebody say you can't do something, you just go out and they motivate you to do it. Now, I hope they say I can do a lot of more things. Maybe I get a lot more to my game. People won't have their opinion. Some people say you'll be top 5. Some people say you're not going to get drafted. People won't have their opinion. Well, we'll see on June 24th.
With the 15th pick in the 2004 NBA draft, the Boston Celtics select Al Jefferson from Prentice High School. With the 17th pick in the 2004 NBA draft, the Atlanta Hawks select Josh Smith from Oak Hill Academy.
It's another lefty, 7 years of organized basketball. Played an AAU team with Dwight Howard, who was the #1 overall selection. 6'8" and 221 J. Josh Smith taken by Atlanta.
Well, you said it, Mike. He's a lefty, and I'll tell you, they do not make athletes like him very often. He is so physically gifted that you can take a gamble on him, but he is strictly potential and athleticism.
Atlanta now has 2 Joshes, Childress and Smith. You heard Jay Billis said that you have no right hand. He said if there's a player who's going to be a bust, he thinks it's going to be you. Tell me why that won't happen.
Because like my dad said before, I've been working out with John Lucas, getting my dribbles right, getting every aspect of my game right. So, you're going to have critics out there that's going to give you negative publicity, but that helps you out in the long run by proving the critics wrong.
All right, your high school coach says you're the best athlete he's ever coached, and he's coached Carmelo Anthony, Jerry Stackhouse, Rod Strickland, Ron Mercer. How do you live up to that?
It's going to be tough to live up to it, but I'm just going to play my game, and hopefully I prove him right.
All right, your nickname is Jay Smooth. You want to real smoothly toss it back to Mike, man?
Mike, back to you.
With the 18th pick in the 2004 NBA draft, the New Orleans Hornets select J.R. Smith from St. Benedict's Prep. With the 19th pick in the 2004 NBA draft, the Miami Heat select Dorell Wright from South Kent Prep. With the 20th pick in the 2004 NBA draft, the Denver Nuggets select Jameer Nelson from St. Joseph's University. I have a trade to announce. Thank you. The Denver Nuggets trade the rights to Jameer Nelson to the Orlando Magic for a future first-round draft pick. With the 24th pick in the 2004 NBA Draft, the Boston Celtics select Delonte West from St. Joseph's University. With the 25th pick in the 2004 NBA Draft, the Boston Celtics select Tony Allen from Oklahoma State University. With the 27th pick in the 2004 NBA Draft, the Los Angeles Lakers select Sasha Vujacic from Slovenia.
Because of his youth and his experience, he's a really good value pick for the Lakers at 27.
So Sasha Vujacic is the Lakers selection. Second international player taken by the Lakers in the first round. 15 years ago, they took Vlade Divac, the one who really opened the door for so many international players to come over and bring their style of play to the U.S.
With the 30th pick in the 2004 NBA Draft, the Orlando Magic select Anderson Varejao from Brazil.
So Varejao joins the list of international players that we had selected in the first round. He's a player that I think some people thought might be another Brazilian.